let's look about the tight liquidity. Now, one thing which I did like about the company's accounts was the fact that it reduced the cost of borrowing 39% as you paid off your facility. So in a way, using cash flow to repay debt, which of course increases hopefully your profitability. How did you manage to do this? Because as you said, tight liquidity, a very hostile operating environment. How did you manage to be able to bring almost 40% reducing your debt burden?
Well, because largely we're a cash business. We sell our newspapers, every day. We get some cash, and as our facilities became due, we had to make sure that we honor our commitments to the banks. We are self-funded, as you know. There is no way that we could mess up our relationships with our banks. So we prioritize our banking in terms of paying off our facilities, just as we prioritize paying our workers on time and material availability. We have strained some relations here and there in terms of import of material because we had some good credit terms in terms of our foreign suppliers. But we had to make sure that our facilities were up to date so that our banking is not affected.
Now, interestingly enough, of course, at the AGM, you recommended to the shareholders no dividends be paid, citing operational challenges and, of course, investment in capital-intensive projects. Can you unpack that for us? The investments, what are we talking about, capital-intensive? I mean, I appreciate not putting money back into the business to generate growth, but maybe explain the reasoning behind no dividend policy.
Yeah, again, it's how do we reinvest in the business? How do we reinvest in our journalism? Years ago, we could buy printing presses. Today, we have to buy digital screens, and then how do we reinvent that business? We need to put money into our digital technology. We need to be relevant in terms of our commercial printing, what new machines are out there that we need to be producing newer labels. Now things have changed. We have brought in UV vanishing machines that we have to pay for ourselves because the product out there has to compete with everything that comes into our own local market. So there is a requirement for new money. But at the same time, we've not gone back to the market to shareholders to say, can you reinvest in the business at this juncture? We might have to think about it. We have launched new businesses that require huge cash. We have not finished capitalizing ZTN. Radio is done, but commercial printing still need a lot of resources. Our digital and publishing division still need to be reinvented with new technology that I was talking about. So we can't afford at this juncture to be paying a dividend. And our shareholders understood that there's need to put more investment.
As you're talking like that, my brain always thought about all these people who are shifting from the ZSE to the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange. I don't know whether you can tell me whether Zim Papers may do that, but it may be one way to unlock true value of the company and make it a US dollar base. But anyway, I suppose that's a discussion to have.
Yeah, but it's something to think about. Yeah. But our biggest challenge is how do we go around the payment of dividends if we are to be earning in local currency and we are not making enough foreign currency to finance our own operations.